Hello. Welcome to a present session. I was out Friday and Monday we lost power. Some kind of explosion outside the house, and somewhere around midnight they pulled up with a 20-foot crane and floodlights. Luckily, we have a blackout curtain, and I had the ocean waves playing on my phone, and our sons did not wake up, but woke me and my wife up. So I am here today. We had to get all new food. Refrigerator went bad. Got back from the grocery store. All right, well, this is a session that is easy to explain and hard to explain. And hard to explain because everyone has different conditioning, different beliefs, different experiences. But this is universal. It's for anybody who wants to receive it. It's free. I think I'm going to keep saying I have nothing to sell you. It's all free. There's a course I have too. You'll see links at the bottom of the coupon. It's free. Everything's free. So I was depressed, very depressed, suicidal. To be honest with you, I never thought I'd live past 30. And I found myself at like 32 or something like that, and still alive, sober. Was engaged to be married, and that turned horrible. Shouldn't have shocked me, but I was shocked and devastated, and just from my track record, not talking about the person. I mean, she was a perfect person for me to meet and to go through this painful experience with, because it catapulted me on a journey of I quit chasing goals for career and health. I had chronic health conditions, and quit chasing relationships, health, and goals. So no one could sell me anything except for the spiritual and religious, maybe self-help industries, as far as people who try to sell happiness or peace. And I got involved with like the Sedona method, not sure if you know about that, or the work of Byron Katie and Eckhart Tolle, and paid facilitators to work with me, went to retreats and workshops. Like I took several credit cards. I'm like, I don't care what this costs. I gotta be happy. This is ridiculous. And I had a stack of books, self-help and spiritual books beside my bed, and also Christianity. I was raised Christian, so I delved into like Bible study and memorization, things like that. I had a kind of off and on at that point relationship with it, but I was seeing therapists, an Ayurvedist. I was doing yoga and meditation and Qigong, and I guess at that point we went from cassettes. I had a lot of cassettes now to CDs and DVDs, and I didn't watch a lot of shows or play a lot of video games. I watched, like Adyashanti and Byron Katie, and anything I could get my hands on, I would buy and read and read and read, and then I would say, oh, well, who teaches that? If I could work with a person directly, then I could afford it. I would. Not everybody is available and cost effective, but train facilitators. And I had some major breakthroughs, major breakthroughs. And then I also, at the same time, with depression, suicidal thoughts, and oh my gosh, it was just since I was a little kid, I've had suicidal thoughts. And I also had anxiety, and that had to do with well, I would have had anxiety anyways, but I did a lot of drugs and psychedelic drugs at a very, pretty young age, and it did something to my brain. Something happened, and I had a teacher in high school let all the kids out, lock the door, and say, "What happened?" So I went from a straight A student who was kind of happy-go-lucky to I couldn't talk to people. And so it was the depression, but also the inability to talk to people. I had to take medication, and it had side effects. Medication gave me a life, like Ativan, and I can't think of the others, but Ativan I think was the main one at the time. But it also was used for memory loss for procedures. So, I could ask a girl out on a date, I could go shopping, but without that medication, I couldn't open my door. No joke, I couldn't go shopping. I couldn't even go through the drive-through. I was afraid to look at the person. I mean, it was a nightmare. But that nightmare is what led me on a quest. Just depression might have put me on a serious quest, but this anxiety was the worst thing and the best thing that ever happened to me, because I got a little relief here and there, but the not being able to talk to people without taking this medicine, which caused me not to remember much of what I did and said, was horrible. So I started running into this energetic stuff, and I was an agnostic at that point, dabbled with atheism and just confused about everything. And so I got relief through this energetic work. And if you don't know what that is, like Qigong, and Qigong master can do like energetic transmissions, like healing transmissions. And I ran into, that was my first experience. I went to a Qigong retreat and had something happen, and my brain was like, whoa. Because I thought it was like group hypnosis, or people wishful thinking, and something pretty cool happened. I'm like, oh, that was weird. My mind had to rethink things. And then I ran into a buddy of mine had met at a Sedona method retreat. He just got back from India at this place that taught energetic. Diksha is a word, an Indian word for like an energetic gift, and he did it with me over the phone. And I felt like my brain slowing down over the phone, which just sounds ridiculous, right? But just look up quantum physics. We don't understand things, trust me. Because I was the biggest skeptic, but I was also desperate. My desperation overrode my skepticism. And anyways, he did this thing over the phone with me, and I felt my brain slow down, and I thought, that's weird. I said, he said, "Do you feel anything?" And I said, "Yeah, my brain's kind of slow right now." I said, "Yeah, that's it." He didn't expect more. I didn't expect more. The next day, got up, and I was like, I got to go to the store. I went to the store and forgot to take my meds. And I was in the store looking at people, just like tears in my eyes, these beautiful people. Like, man, this is amazing. And then something clicked and said, holy crap, this is not normal for you. And so I went, another couple hours, and then it started to fade. And I was like, no, please, bring it back. But I had this wonderful experience of peace. And so with that group, they started doing a lot of things online, and they were having like, I went to something in North Carolina, and then I signed up immediately and went to India and learned how to do it. And I did that special Diksha technique with like a group of kids at a therapy session. They were having amazing results, blah, blah, blah. So I just kept finding this energetic stuff, but it did not relieve that anxiety. I could get under the influence of this energy, and my heart would expand, and I didn't need the medication. But as soon as I'd come down, I would. And so I just kept trying to do more here and there, and then I ran into someone who, in that group I'd met in India the first time, I went twice, had found someone else that does something like that, but it was even stronger to us. And so I started doing one-on-ones with that guy because he's been on Oprah and everything else now, but he was $111 a session, and I was a computer developer, single. I'm just charging whatever it takes, and I would find huge relief. I go into his events, and I would come down, but I kept thinking, this is in the right direction. Everything I had found, that from alcohol kind of gave me that same peace, and drugs gave me that same expansion, and to be honest with you, sex or adrenaline sports. I did a lot of skydiving and martial arts and skateboard riding on vert ramps and things, and in those moments I would lose everything. People call that the flow state. And so okay, I'm finding stuff, and adrenaline sports gave me a lot of injuries and a lot of pain, and I couldn't find any side effects to this energy work. And so this new person I found, I was doing all of his events, and I would go to a weekend event and just be like calm and heart-centered, and it wasn't this nonstop battle of thoughts that paranoia and judgment. I'm a terrible person. Everyone else is a terrible person. No one's doing things right. I'll never do things right. Relief. And at one of those, the weird thing was, so I was hope. Man, I was on a roll. This energy stuff, I guess because I'd done all the other stuff, maybe I didn't need it. I don't know. But all that other Sedona method, Byron Katie, years and years of that, and all the other things. Morty Lefko, did a lot of his stuff. Worked with him personally till he said, Chuck, let's stop. I think you've done enough. But I still, even though I was having these expanded states of heart-centered, I would always come back down, right? And that's okay, but it's not, still having to take medicine to talk to people. I couldn't hold a job without medicine. I would keep it in my pocket, and for certain meetings I'd take extra. Certain situations I'd take extra, but I had to have something in my system to function 24/7. I didn't take it before I went to bed, but I took it first thing in the morning if I was going to be out. And but I wouldn't have to take it for like those weekends. I might take a little to get me, into the audience and sit down. But then the energy would take over, and I would leave medication free, talking to people. It was really amazing. And so, and that's what I'm doing here. I mean, I'm going to finish the story, but this gift is an energetic gift. It's presence. Eckhart Tolle calls it presence or stillness. Some people, might call it other names, but I'm not Hindu. This is not Diksha. You can call it Chi or even like Kundalini, but I'm not doing any of that. That's stuff that's a discipline that people learn, and you can do it right and wrong. This is just love. This is just love coming through me, because I feel love coming into me, and it wants to come out. It naturally wants to come out. And so, to finish the story, I was having great experiences doing the one-on-one sessions, doing all the video sessions and in-person sessions, and then but still not really getting along with my parents and other people. I made great strides. I mean, I'd done a lot of apology letters, realizing things I had done, and talked to people one-on-one, but still it was pretty painful. And I had a dog. Her name was Susie, and she was the love of my life. She was like my daughter and my wife at the same time. We didn't kiss, but it was just, those of you who had pets, and really they're part of your family, you know what I mean. And being single, in my late 30s, boy, I can't remember, but maybe early 40s, but I don't know, somewhere in there, having having a dog was so special, so important. And she got cancer and died, and it's like I never done any work. All those years of Sedona Method and Byron Katie and Morty Lefko and Aja Shante and well, I can't think of everybody, but Muji and all the thousands of dollars I spent at these energetic things, and it's like I never did anything. I felt, and this is the first time in my life. Like I had attempted suicide before, but it was always I would change my mind at the last minute. And this time it was weird because there was two of me. One of me was like, I'm afraid these feelings are gonna kill me. Like there's a bottle of those Ativan right there, and there's some booze in my sorry cousins. I was living on my cousin's couch at the time. No, I was visiting her. I had an apartment. But I'd lived with her before. But anyway, so but I remember the first it happened, I stayed with her, and there's booze and I'm like, uh-oh, this is serious. And I had a session with this fella, the energetic dude, and was telling him, like, I'm worried that these thoughts are really going to kill me this time. And he said, you'll be okay either way. Now, if you're worried about other people in my life, he was just talking about me. If you're worried about, religious and whether I would go to hell or something, well, that's your beliefs. You hold on to your beliefs. But he was right. There's only love. There's only love. Whether you believe in God or not. If you believe in God, God is just love. And if you don't believe in God, there's just love. And it's a definition of love that humans don't really understand, but it's not judgmental. And when he said it, just something clicked. And for the first time, I've been running from suicidal thoughts since I was little. I mean, I don't know how old, but very young. And when I was in India, they told us, you're running from all these tigers, which are feelings and unprocessed trauma, and you need to turn around when you feel something, turn around and face it. And that gave me the permission to be like, do I want to live or not? Do I want to be here? I didn't tell a soul, didn't tell anybody that I was suicidal and that I was going to decide. I don't think I even decided that I was going to decide, but in my mind it was like, do you want to be here? Do you want to be here? And after a couple of weeks, the decision was made, and it was, yeah. I didn't expect to be any less of a loser. I expected to be chronically ill, to not be able to hold on to a job. And I definitely didn't expect to be able to have a girlfriend for longer than 3 months, or get married, have children. I really wanted children. I really wanted to be married and have children. And I had zero expectations. But there was this decision that was made, was like, well, if we're going to stay, we're going to stop all this self-help crap. We're going to stop all this spiritual stuff, even the energy stuff. We're not doing anything. We're just going to just live, because this is you. This is how you are. Like, it was finally, the part of me that judged me was like, whatever. I'm not going to get what I want. I'm not going to get what I want. I wanted John Wayne, Superman, Kung Fu Master, ladies man, good citizen. I was nothing. None of those things. Narcissist, paranoid. I had some good qualities. I'm not a horrible person, but if I passed away, society would not have, there wouldn't have been a big loss. And so that was the key, was something inside of me decided, I'm just going to be who I am. I'm just gonna face my, just let me be. And so that was the beginning of peace. Something in my mind decided Chuck's a lost cause. And it just gave me a break. And the strangest thing was that I had already bought tickets, plane tickets, hotel room to this guy's event in like 2 or 3 months. I don't know, a month later or something. And so I'm like, well, I'm gonna go, but I'm taking anxiety medicine. Went out with someone and had some beer before the thing event. And that evening I had some wine with somebody. I'm just like, because before I would be like, I can take the least amount of medicine so this can fix me. It's got to fix me. I was like, who cares? I'm just here. I like the people. People were so much fun, and the dude was funny. He was hilarious, and so I went. And son of a gun, if this energy, the same energy that's coming through me as I talk and when I do this present session, this energy worked its magic on me. I was that first night, I remember everything that they were saying was going really slow, and I could actually hear it. And it's some little, how you get epiphanies and you get those little bursts of chemicals that say, good job, you've learned something. Stuff was going like bing, bing, bing. I was like, didn't think much of it because I wasn't there to learn. I didn't care. It was interesting. And then the next day we're having a session, and whatever the normal session was, usually talking and things like that. And came time for lunch, and I usually go out to eat lunch with different groups of people, and it's great to see these people. It's like going to, I never went to a Dead concert. I wish I had, but it's just like groups of friends meeting in cool places and eating and hanging out. So, but I was very confused. I was like, should I go? Should I not go? I don't know. And people were like, dude, make a decision. And finally I was like, I don't know what to do. And this buddy of mine was like, dude, just go to the room. You're out of it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the room. And anyways, to speed this up, in the room, I thought it was hours. There's a talk I gave very sincerely, or I said for 2 or 3 hours I was screaming, but apparently it was like 15 minutes. But it felt like an hour. It felt like days. I just all of a sudden started to shake, and feelings were coming out, and repressed emotions, and things that I didn't realize about the world and society that I mourned and were traumatizing. We definitely were all connected. And anyway, so at the end of that shaking and crying, I just felt 1,000 times better. And that was the beginning of my depression left. And it wasn't the beginning, it was the beginning of the anxiety leaving. I could be around people a lot more, but I was having a great time. I was having a great time. My 2 rules after that happened was when I went to a grocery store, went shopping, this is medication free, mind you. I mean, it was like, don't sing out loud, don't dance, and don't hug someone. I was just like, everybody's so beautiful. Now, those of you who are into enlightenment and all those other spiritual things, was that what this was? I don't think it's useful to categorize things. I'm not enlightened. I'm not better. I'm not higher up. I'm just some dude who was depressed and had major anxiety. And then, over the years, those anxiety medications, the need for it, sometimes IT meetings was the time I'd be like, well, but when I'm talking about, this heart-based stuff or doing energy work, I didn't need it around friends and family. And so like 99% of my time, I didn't need it. But slowly the fear, those kind of fears and stuff shook off. I've never met somebody who had one experience and boom, they were done. People talk about it. That's a myth, if you ask me, but it is what it is. So, anyways, I had something happen, and it brought me into this world of peace and love for myself and other people, and discovered I had this gift. If you signed up clicked on the 10-minute link, sorry, I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but I'm glad I did. I might cut this out and put this on the YouTube as well, but basically I discovered that this energy that entered me and helped clear out a lot of trauma and depression and anger and sadness, it basically can flow through me. And I've sat with people in some groups, and on the phone and on, like a video call and things like this. YouTube, I'm just getting started here. Not a lot of people are watching. It's fine. Whoever watches is supposed to watch, but it affects people just like that energy work affected me. And so this is why I do it, to help people start a fire. It's like a candlelight service. If you go to a Christmas Eve service, or other religions I'm sure have it, where someone lights a candle and the person next to you light their candle, and you light candles and everybody is lit up. And if you want a better world, if you want a better inner world, this is a method. This is a way to help that. If you want a better government, society, people that are in harmony, feeling love, feeling peace, society will be a lot better. You'll be a better parent. You'll be a better son and daughter. You'll be a better husband or wife. I think the good news of that story is, I'm married. I got 2 twin 4-year-olds. My wife and I truly live in a peace-filled bubble. Peace-filled bubble. That's not an exaggeration. And we are not challenge-free. We've had physical challenges and financial challenges, and outside family and other relationship challenges, and people getting sick and dying, and just the regular stuff of life. We're regular. But that's the good news. This energy is not just, people do a lot of things to get wealthy. Wealth does not bring you peace. Nothing wrong with wealth. People do things because they want to be healthy. I'm all for health. Some people want to be like super jacked up, super athletes. That's fine, but some people just want to be healthy. So healthy is wonderful, but it won't bring you peace. Being a super athlete won't bring you peace. There's no goal, there's no outward goal that brings peace. And so this is a way to help find inner peace. And over time, I discovered that I had this gift. I would share it with people, and they'd have these amazing experiences. And then their conditioning and their beliefs and the people around them in different groups would kind of lead them in what I would think a way to non-peace. It's fine, and everybody's on a journey. That's where I came up with this Stop Suffering, Start Living course, which is in the link below. It's free. It combines this energetic gift, this presence, this peace, with kind of unlearning. It's cartoons. It's very simple, but it's a way to feel expanded and then not have your mind take you down rabbit trails. It's fine. We're all on a journey. I'm not finished. You're not finished. No one's finished. But the less rabbit trails we have, the least shiny object syndrome we have, the more we can just breathe, feel our feelings, and enjoy what we have. Contentment is not marketed that I know of. Maybe Eckhart Tolle, maybe someone other people, I don't know, but I don't. Just my YouTube feed is not full of people saying, you don't need anything. Just enjoy the moments you have. Enjoy your anger. Enjoy your sadness. Enjoy your frustration. I don't know if you can hear my kids downstairs, but they've got a babysitter and they're having a lot of fun. They're giggling and saying all kinds of fun things. Anyway, so the simple joy of being. Some people might mistake that means to always feel peaceful, which is never, straight line. No. Simple joy of being. Simple joy of being angry. Simple joy of being sad. Simple joy of being grateful. Gratitude, a feeling of gratitude about everything. Gratitude lists are great, but they have a tendency to be like, I have this, I don't have that. Great to remind yourself of what you're grateful for, but just a feeling of gratitude is just like, oh man, what an experience, what a movie. My life is, I never know what's going to happen next. I don't know what I'm going to say next. I don't know what I'm going to think next. I don't know what I'm going to feel next. I don't know what's coming, but with a sense of trust that life has your back. We don't know it, but life has your back. It's one of the main purposes of Stop Surfer Start Living is to start that trust process that we can begin to realize maybe my mind, who's trying to control everything, has it wrong. Maybe things are trying to help me. Maybe life is just a continually surrendering, allowing, accepting, including surrendering and allowing, accepting that you want to change, that you need to stand up here or speak out there, or work really hard at your job or whatever. I mean, I'm not talking about sitting in a monastery. All right, well, I think I have gone on way too long. I'm going to go ahead and do a present session anyways. If those of you who are still with me, I'm going to start some music. First I'll do my slide. It's a present session. You can't mess it up. There's nothing you need to do. This energy just going to work on you. It knows what to do. You don't have to do anything. Whatever you feel or think is perfect. Even if you don't like it, that's also perfect. You can watch me or close your eyes. So this is not, present sessions aren't something to learn. They're something to experience. All right, I'm going to start some music.